Hey guys, welcome back for another video on I'm a Geek. Today I'm doing a unboxing and a small review actually for Batman vs Superman Dawn of Justice Ultimate Edition, and this is the remastered edition, the new IMAX remaster. Now I do own the original release of this on 4K, which I had no problems with at all, but this is the remastered version, which you'll see on the back in a second. And what it basically is when the film was initially released, it wasn't in the aspect ratio or the colour timing, or in other words, colour grading. The colours weren't to the likes of the director, Zack Snyder. He wasn't happy with it after he'd seen it, after it had been, released. And he wanted to go back, recolour the film to sort of suit the colour timing and colour grading of Justice League Zack Snyder edition. And also, there were some sequences of the film that were filmed with IMAX cameras in the full screen IMAX aspect ratio. And they are, if you don't know what they are, you know how most films will have either full screen or they will be with the black bars top and bottom of the screen. With the IMAX, will have, just if you've seen Justice League Zack Snyder's edition, the black bars of the IMAX scenes are at the side, the left and right side of the TV. So it's called a 4:3 aspect ratio. I think it's there, or 2:4:1. It isn't there. But basically, it brings up like a square box shape of your film. Now, while that reduces the amount of vision you've got left and right, what it does is it gives the film a much taller, much higher scope. And obviously, when Zack Snyder filmed the film with IMAX cameras, he had framed every shot with the IMAX camera ratio. When it came to being released on disc and digital media and everything, it was with normal widescreen, so the black bars at top and bottom. So although it was a wider screen, it was cropped in and it missed out the original intention of those scenes. So this hopes to correct that by giving, as it says there, an enhanced colour and expanded picture aspect ratio. So let's just go back to the front cover again. Now, you might be wondering, where's my slipcover? I'm not a fan of slipcovers. I know there's a lot of gasps that must be among you there. The reason for that is I find they're often very inconsistent with the placing of their logos, with the placing of the Warner Brothers might be above DC and below it in another one, and they never seem to match. I also find that they can often be sometimes scratched, and when I look at my collection, I like to have it where it's all just with this black sort of, top to them all the way along, all the way along. It just looks much neater in a collection rather than some being with that, something without it, something with it, something without it. So I've decided to not have my slips. So that's basically my choice for why it's not in a slipcover. Don't get me wrong, I do think slipcovers are lovely, and I do often have much vibrant colours and so on, and special covers and everything to them, but just for me, the way I like to look at my collection on the shelf, I prefer it without a slipcover. But anyway, that's enough of me explaining, like a school child explaining what I've done wrong. So that's the front cover, very cool cover. I think this was on the actual CD soundtrack cover. So that's there. It's a really nice, it sounds like an odd thing to say, it's a really nice, smooth feeling case. It's very, very nice in the hand actually. And there's the spine, as I showed you already. It doesn't say remastered, like I wish it had said remastered on it, but it doesn't say that. Or even Ultimate Edition. And then on the back here, here's the good stuff. So it says Ultimate Edition, now with enhanced colour and expanded picture aspect ratio. Now, special features, there aren't any, apart from an introduction and commentary by Zack Snyder. I'm not sure if there was a commentary on the original Batman vs Superman, so I can't confirm that. But that's the back there. So we've got Bruce Wayne, the first scene in the film, where he's seen the destruction being made by Zod and Superman. And you've got the fantastic scene when these two face off. Another fantastic scene. So that's what it says there. And there's some of the credits. And if any of you want to look at the text specs, I'll hold it there for you. So it says 16:9, 2.4:1, and Dolby Atmos True HD, and a running time of 183 minutes. and Dolby Atmos. If any of you haven't seen the extended version, the 3-hour version of this film, and you've only seen the theatrical version, please do yourself a favour and watch this. This film is so much better than the theatrical version. I'm not going to go too much into it. That's just my view of it and opinion of it. Now, to this version itself, to the remastered version, what did I think of it? I thought it was much better. The colours are more vivid, just a bit more saturated, a bit more colourful. They're not saying it's colourful isn't like the Marvel colourful, bright coloured rainbow colours, but it's certainly more impactful with its colours. The main thing you'll notice is the expanded picture aspect ratio. Now, the whole film isn't in the IMAX ratio. I think Justice League, Zack Snyder's Justice League is, but this isn't. From what I remember, because I watched it last week, the beginning scene with the death of Bruce's parents is in IMAX ratio. The meeting and fight scene between Batman and Superman is in IMAX ratio. It doesn't. I'm not going to say any spoilers. It doesn't stay in our IMAX aspect ratio for the end fight sequence, if you get my meaning. And I think it does go back to the IMAX ratio again for the funeral scene, if you get my meaning, without giving any spoilers. So only really 3 scenes that get it. However, obviously the main one, I mean, I don't know about you, for me personally, the first scene of Martha and Bruce Wayne, Bruce Wayne's parents dying is one of the most incredibly filmed scenes I've ever seen. I absolutely adore that credit sequence. So that in IMAX is glorious. Batman vs Superman fight scene in IMAX ratio, it really is amazing. It adds so much scope. It feels like a comic book, coming to life. It feels like a double-page spread in a comic book or graphic novel on screen. It just is framed better. Oh, that's it, the nightmare sequence. The Batman nightmare sequence is in IMAX ratio as well. I'm not sure the funeral scene, but I know the nightmare sequence is, and that benefits from it, definitely. But yes, there are a few scenes here and there. Look online, double check which ones exactly. But I did find overall, is it worth picking up again? I think if you're a fan of this film like I am, then yes. If you've already owned this film, if you're in the theatrical version, you should upgrade to this. If you own the original Ultimate Edition of this film, the non-IMAX restored version, and you're not a big fan of this, you just have it in the collection to watch once a year when you watch the DC films again, as we all do, I wouldn't say it's worth upgrading to. Maybe if it's cheaper, maybe, but I'd say it's certainly worth picking up if you are a fan of this film as I am. Before I end the video, let's have a quick look on the inside. So just simply one disc on the inside, leaflet, and then you've got the disc there, which again is HDR10 from what I understand. It's not Dolby Vision. So there we go. Thank you very much for watching. If you did enjoy, please check out my other videos and like and subscribe and comment below. And I'll see you in the next one.